Welcome to the show at CSC Studios. And our next comedian in for his final act, Mr. Stilted himself, Tom Selleck.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kathy. I'm here with Kathy and my director, Brian Douglas. This is the third of our pandemic performances. It'll be our last. Hopefully, the next time we'll see you, it'll be in front of a large studio audience. I'm thrilled to be here. There's a lot of problems with the last one that we did. It went too long. Some people call it the Heaven's Gate of comedy performances. So I was told to not be stodgy and just be more of myself and drink more caffeine. I want to start out with a confession because I feel guilty about it because there's always ads for it on the radio. I giggle every time I hear the word facial. I don't know why I do. I guess if you're a guy, you know why. But I just, every time I hear the word facial, I giggle. I'm thinking about something that, my father used to say to me, and it just bothers me because now with the internet, you can get the origins of everything. It's like, wipe that shit-eating grin off your face. And I don't understand. So today I went to Urban Dictionary, and then I went to another place, and they're freaking fighting over where the origins are. They say it has nothing to do with eating shit, but I don't know. I love it. My personal favorite expression is, instead of saying I was very surprised, I always say I almost shat and fell back in it. That's my personal one. We were just talking about politics, and I was telling both Kathy and Brian that I'm not political. But one thing I do is because I work from home. I keep the TV off, the sound off, because I answer telephone calls. And I was watching the inauguration, and I don't know, maybe it's because I have my own bathroom issues and because I always need to have a drink in my mouth. By that I mean water. Is that no one fucking pissed or shat through the whole thing. It was like a 2.5 hour thing. They had all the ex-presidents there. And, I just wondered, why the hell didn't anyone just say, it's like, hold on, we're going right now to Caitlin Collins. Caitlin, can you tell us what's happening with former President Bill Clinton? Dana, it looks like he's leaving. We don't know if he's been shot. We don't know if he's hurt. We're not sure what's happening. And I guess we'll have to get back to you later. And then, of course, she comes back later and says, Dana, I did talk with former President Clinton, and he said why he had to leave was, quote, you don't buy beer, you rent it. So back to you. And one of the good things about doing this comedy is it's really opened up an avenue for women to really, it's a little embarrassing, but I am getting a little, puppy love from there. And so people say, Todd, how would I go about dating someone like you? And I don't really know how you would do that, but I can tell you how not to date me. If you've ever posted anything on Facebook that said woot woot, okay, I'm never, ever, ever going to date you. I don't even know what the fuck woot woot is, but if you're over 22 and you put woot woot, I'm never going to fucking date you. And everyone who knows me also knows this. If you say the word dude, that is like anti-Viagra. I will literally in the middle of the best restaurant with the best Italian food or seafood, if you say dude during a dinner, I'm literally going to walk out and I'm going to leave you with the bill. So that's how you don't date me. I was a marketing major at UMass. I think I've mentioned this in previous shows. And I don't know what it is. Like I get Dove soap and, it's a big bar, but I don't know what the hell it is. I would say I maybe get 10 showers and then it becomes too small and you have to get rid of it. You just have to make a judgment call. So I get rid of it. And the same thing with shaving cream. I mean, it's almost as if, the director of development, tells the engineering people like, Haji, I want that shaving cream to come out so fast, I want it to be like a Catholic schoolboy at his first brothel. And it bothers me. I am a big fan of the Three Stooges. When I was growing up, it was kind of like my morning. I get to see 2 Three Stooges, and then I would, before the third one, I'd walk through the woods to get to Gidley School, And, I was thinking about it because, you don't really think much about it, but a lot of them were made during the Depression. And the Stooges always had this common theme where they had to become gentlemen, okay? And so what ended up happening is they'd be at a highfalutin party with Miss Smythe, and there would be mayhem. And so I'm just wondering about the actresses, like they're usually like 60s or 70s, and they're probably classically trained, but it's the Depression, they're gonna take whatever work that they can get. And right after they think they've got the role, they say, and again, Mrs. Smith, can I ask you one last question? Yes. How do you feel about getting a pie in your face? But they all get the pie in the face. No one is excluded. I've been thinking a lot about death lately, and I guess it's just because I'm waiting for my goddamn time to get my vaccination. We've been talking about vaccinations. I can't wait to get my vaccination because I was telling Kathy earlier, I just want to kiss every girl that I wanted to kiss since last March, little Georgie Porgy. But here's what's going to happen, based on my experience and based on the experience of other people who've had people die. 2 guarantees. One, you're going to have dirty laundry. Thankfully for me, all my underwear is dark. Okay, so I don't have white underwear, so nothing's going to embarrass me. I wear dark underwear all the time. It's not because I'm a sex symbol. It's just because I don't want anyone going through my hamper saying, oh my God, look at his whiteys. And the second thing about death is that people are going to come into my apartment because I don't really have any relatives. I do. Scott and Randy are great. They've been great to me. But I think people are just going to come through my apartment, start looking at like how OCD I was, and they're just going to say the same thing. I can't believe you kept all this shit. I mean, that's what happens when you die. And I worry, I was looking at like my bills lately, like who gives a shit if I was a week late on paying my RCN? No one gives a shit because you know what, when I'm dead, no one's going to pay my bills. If any of my friends pay like my utility bills, you're a fucking idiot because I'm dead. And I don't have a spouse. They're not going to go after me. There is no estate. I don't have $1 million worth of equity to file a Form M770 or whatever the hell it is. And other than the how do I date you, Todd, people often corner me and they say, Todd, do you want to be famous? And I'm like, I don't know. I'd like to be found so I could at least quit my job. That would be comfortable. But I don't think I ever want to be famous. I just think that there's just too much pressure. And I was thinking about who's like the most famous person, that I know. Who is so famous that like they literally and figuratively cannot fuck up. And believe it or not, I came up with Stephanie Courtney. Now Stephanie Courtney is Flo from Progressive. Now you think about her. She's on thousands of billboards. Okay, she's in every print ad. She's in every fucking commercial. She must literally be in a mansion just surrounded by security. And, if she would ever, I don't know, TMZ recently took this photograph of Stephanie Courtney, and she's there in like the Tucson airport, drunk, saying, what are you fucking looking at? You think you want a piece of this? You couldn't fucking handle me. I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, obviously they'd have to fire, but what's their second act? What are they going to do? Make Jamie the focus of the commercials? So I think Stephanie Courtney is probably the most famous person. So I don't think I could handle fame like that. And plus they ask all your exes and ex-girlfriends, what you liked. And I don't know, I don't want anyone, talking to my first wife about like how she would go, after a shower, and then I'd come in there with a big towel. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want anyone to know about my sex life. It's tough to date at my age, and so I don't know, a lot of people I have this discussion with, if you had to switch teams, what would you be looking for? And for me, if I were gay, I would only date mechanics. I have a 2017 Corolla. I don't know. I don't even know if CV joints still exist. But, I think I'm having some problems with that. I'm definitely having problems with the shocks. I don't know if that makes me shallow, but I think I would only date mechanics if I were gay. And, but the problem is, though, is that I I can't be the guy receiving. I just can't. There's a bunch of medical reasons for it. And I don't think there's many Femi mechanics. I really don't. I've never heard a mechanic say, sweetie, could you pass me the torch wrench? And so I don't think that's going to work. It would have to be someone Femi, blonde, for some reason. I don't know. I just like how the blonde hair, you know, shows when there's a suntan. And, you know, his name would have to be Kevin. And why is his name Kevin? So that way, when we have that special moment, you know, when I grab him from behind, I can just say, Kevin, I'm in Kevin, I'm in Kevin, in heaven, in Kevin, till I fall apart. I'm in Kevin, I'm in Kevin. I told you, Brian, you should have got me that top hat. I'm in Kevin, till I fall apart. Thank you everybody. We have a great show tonight from the Netflix hit series Behind Your Eyes. We have the beguiling Eve Hewson. Also, set up outdoors. We're going to get a visit from canine agility trainer Sheila McCormick and her dog Super Mo. And time permitting, we may be sitting down with Gary and Hippie Mark of the Migrant Pickers, and we're going to talk about their new album that's in development called Sausalito Sunrise. That's it, and we'll see you live